Yo, what's up guys, Mate's Pellier, and I'm back bringing another Pokemon VGC 15 Wi-Fi battle for you guys today, but something a little different today. I'm actually bringing you a best of 3 versus a friend, Frosty, aka XCAL, or aka Draconid, as you can see by his trainer name here. And he's a friend of mine on Skype, who's also a VGC player, been playing VGC a lot longer than me, more experienced than me, and he wanted a battle against me, so we finally arranged something. And this is definitely going to be a lot of fun, as I do actually want to enter a couple of regionals, couple of nationals, and even premier challenges in my time. I definitely want to go ahead and do that, but I have no best of 3 experience. So nonetheless, despite this going to be fun, it's definitely going to be an educational process as well. And nonetheless, let's just get straight on into this. So as you can see by the team preview, I'm actually running this Mega Venusaur along with a Mega Charizard Sun team. The last 2 Pokemon on my team are Cresselia and Megazord Y. Looking at my opponent's team, he's running presumably a Mega Scizor team. His last 2 Pokemon are in fact Gastrodon and Amoonguss. So as you can see by the team, he's running a lot of power. I'm actually running a pretty nice standard core of Gengar, Bishop and Tracheon. So I do feel confident, as I was actually testing this team at the time. And I had a couple of battles previously, won a couple, lost a couple. You know how testing teams are. So I kind of felt like I knew this team enough to use it against Frosty here, so that's exactly what I'm going to do, and I'm actually excited to lead off with my Gengar and Bishop. A relatively safe lead. I do obviously have the Focus Sash on my Gengar, and I can force a lot of offensive pressure right off the bat, as my opponent actually leads out with Tracheon. So here, what I'm actually going to do, I'm actually going to make the switch right off the bat, go straight on into my Venusaur, just to take potential close combat. But what I'm actually predicting to do is go for the Protect, actually, just to bait out my Protect from my Gengar, and sorry, from my Bishop. I'm not wanting to get Will-O-Wisp. And actually going to start to Sludge Bomb the Togekiss slot. Predicts that very nicely, makes a very nice play, goes into the safe Scizor play, and actually goes straight to the Rock Slide as opposed to the Protect with Tracheon. So right off the bat, breaking my Sash, getting off damage onto my Venusaur. So that's as ideal of a turn as it will get for him. So what I'm going to do is expecting him to just go straight for Bullet Punch now with his Scizor, just to pick off my Gengar. I'm actually going to go out into my Bishop. Despite Bishop being frail, I do know I can take a Bullet Punch relatively well. And I'm just going to decide to go ahead and predict him to switch on out his Tracheon this time round. And actually decide to go ahead and get up a Leech Seed off on his Mega Scizor, which is definitely very bulky and definitely a threat to my team, as it can pick off my Gengar at the range of HP it's at. It can also pick off my Tracheon, and my Venusaur doesn't really have any way to touch it, as it's 4 times resisted by resist my Giga Drain, and of course immune to my Sludge Bomb. So it does go for that Bullet Punch, like I said. I do take that relatively well, and thankfully I land the Leech Seed, which the recovery is going to be vital in wearing down this Scizor. So what I'm going to decide to do the following turn is I have to go for Adamant Life Orb Booster Suck Punch onto the Scizor, as I definitely need to get damage off on this thing. So I'm going to decide to Protect just to see what his Hydreigon decides to go for, and just go straight for that Suck Punch. I do a decent chunk, however, not as much as I was hoping, and he's actually going to reveal the Heat Wave on his Hydreigon. Definitely an unusual piece of tech, nonetheless, that I've never actually seen before. Definitely caught me off guard, and is going to be able to pick off my Heatran. So thankfully I did Protect and didn't take any unnecessary damage with my my Venusaur. So what I'm going to decide to do now is actually go out into my Tracheon, just to threaten his Hydreigon, and actually try and bait him into going for the BP onto my Tracheon. Therefore I can Protect and hopefully dodge that, and try and get more damage off on his Mega Scizor. So that's exactly what I'm going to do, is he's actually going to make the switch go out into his Togekiss, as I actually go for a Protect. Him making the switch into Togekiss actually reveals to me that he's not going to go for the Bullet Punch. As you can see, he doesn't, as he's actually going to decide to go ahead and go for the Bug Bite, I believe, onto my Venusaur. So very nice play, baiting out that the Protect, and getting his Togekiss inside frame, getting off a decent chunk of damage onto my Mega Venusaur, as my Giga Drain did absolutely nothing, being 4 times resisted. So here, my only option was to go for the Sludge Bomb onto the Togekiss, and actually either try and hit a double Protect or just sack my Gengar. I wasn't confident in hitting the double Protect, so I'm just going to decide to sack my Gengar at this point, as I do need my Tracheon in the back, as I do obviously have a Rock Slide to hit the Togekiss, which hopefully should be able to take it out after the Sludge Bomb damage coming from my Venusaur. And I do also need my Tracheon to take out his Hydreigon. So he's actually going to go for the Tailwind here. Nice play on my opponent, pretty clutch Tailwind, as his Scizor is actually going to go down thanks to the Leech Seed, which is great, but this is actually his first Pokemon down. He still has his Hydreigon, and of course his own Terrakion in the back. His Tracheon is definitely the most scariest Pokemon on my opponent's team right now, as because of that Tailwind will easily be able to outspeed my own Tracheon. So very clutch play by my opponent. And here what I do is I actually predict him to go for the rock slide here, but I don't capitalise on it. I played it too safe at this point, knowing full well he would actually go for rock slide, predicting my protect. I taught myself out to it right at the last second and didn't click close combat, which I definitely should. As you can see, it does actually go for that rock slide. It actually reveals a dazzling gleam as opposed to the air slash onto his Togekiss, which is interesting. But here, unfortunately, I flinch as I was actually going for the Giga Drain onto my opponent's Terrakion. And as you can see, I do actually score a double protect, which is fantastic. But I'm going to be able to go for the Giga Drain after he goes for the dazzling gleam here. Not doing anything to my Venusaur. I do manage to go for the Giga Drain here. And I actually score a crit, but it's not going to matter as he's actually running a sash. However, the initial flinch definitely hurt as 2 Giga Drains would be able to take out this huge threat, his Terrakion. I was definitely in with a chance of winning. But here, it does seem really slim, my chance of winning. So he's going to be able to go for that close combat now just to pick off my Terrakion. As I actually do believe I actually go for a Sludge Bomb just to take out his Togekiss here. Looking back on it, on hindsight, definitely misplays. I still feel there's nothing his Togekiss can really do to me other than go for that Dazzling Gleam, which of course is resisted. So maybe I should have picked off his Terrakion here and been against his Togekiss and his Hydreigon. The last two might have given me a better chance of winning, but that's not what I actually go for. And he's going to go into his Hydreigon now. The Tailwind does peter out, but what I'm just going to do is actually just protect here, just to scout, just try and get as much information coming from his Pokemon as I possibly can for game 2. It actually reveals the Dark Pulse. It actually reveals to be faster as Terrakion, revealing that his Hydreigon is in fact Scarf. So here it goes for that Dark Pulse, and unfortunately though he does in fact score a crit. And the reason why I say it's unfortunate is I'm not too sure if I would be able to stall out both his Hydreigon and his Terrakion, but I was going to go for the Leech Seed, hope that I can potentially stall out a little bit onto his Hydreigon, get into range of HP, try and take out his Terrakion, but I definitely believe I played a little bit too safe. I didn't capitalise on what I was predicting to go for, so I definitely played a bit too safe here. But nonetheless, it was still definitely a very fun battle. So let's just hop on right into game 2, shall we? Okay, so I'm here with game 2, and as you can see by the team preview, my opponent actually decided to select the exact same 4 Pokemon because it's winning for him. Why change it if it's not broken? And I actually decided to switch up, bring my Crest and my Zard as opposed to my Venusaur. So what I'm going to do is just get straight on into this. I'm actually going to decide to lead off with my Bisharp and Terrakion, which isn't necessarily the greatest lead considering my opponent's lead. As you can see, I do normally lead out with my Gengar, which I did have in my previous battle. But unfortunately, I actually get an actual terrible matchup here. As you can easily BP my Terrakion and close combat my Bisharp. So I'm going to be forced to make a double switch right off the bat. Go out into my Charizard to take a BP. And go out into my Cresselia to take a close combat. But my opponent's actually going to decide to Mega Evolve with his Scizor. And he's actually going to go for a double protect. I guess just to bait out my protects, which is definitely a good play on my opponent's part. So as you can see, he does decide to protect with Terrakion. He's also going to protect with his Scizor. So here, what I'm actually going to do the following turn, I'm actually going to make a huge misplay. I'm actually going to decide to protect with my Charizard here. Not Mega Evolve and waste the Sun turn. Knowing full well I was going to go ahead and go for that Rock Slide. And most likely Bug Bite into my Cresselia. Well here, because I did reveal the last game that was actually Focus Sash, I decided to go for Psyshock onto the Terrakion. In retrospect, I definitely 100% I knew it as soon as I clicked the Psyshock button that I should have actually gone for the T-Wave. As his Terrakion outspeeds my entire team apart from my my own Terrakion, which is of course a Speed tie, which is extremely risky. So it was definitely a bad play on my part. I definitely should have clicked T-Wave. Would have given me a much easier time versus a Terrakion. So what I'm actually going to decide to do is go out into my my Terrakion now, just take a Rock Slide. But he actually decides to switch out his Scizor, go out into his Togekiss, get that thing inside for free. So very nice play by my opponent there. Get his Togekiss inside as he's going to be able to take me out with Rock Slide. So I'm going to go out into my Bisharp here, and I'm actually going to play extremely aggressive here. I expect him to try and bait out some protects. I'm actually expecting him to go for the Tailwind with his Togekiss, but actually just go straight for that safe follow me. Definitely his best play, as I actually decided to click close combat, trying to take out his Terrakion. Like I said, clutching at straws really, as his Terrakion is the biggest threat on my opponent's team, and he's going to be able to go for close combat onto my Bisharp, easily wiping this thing out, one hit KO. So I'm down to my last two, I believe, my Charizard and my Terrakion, and my opponent's sitting in a very fantastic position here with all 4 Mons, I do believe. So I'm actually going to decide to go out into my my Charizard just straight up Mega Evolve and actually go on the offensive here. I need to play aggressively if I'm in order to turn this around. So what I'm going to decide to do is just Mega Evolve, like I said, and just go straight for the Solar Beam here. Is actually go straight for a Rock Slide with my my own Tracheon, hoping for a flinch on my opponent's Tracheon, which I do. So I did manage to win the speed tie. I did manage to get the flinch, which was huge for me in turning this game around. I'm going to go ahead and go for that Solar Beam onto the Tracheon slot and finally take out that huge flinch. So a lot of luck in my favour there. Really helped out a lot despite me misplaying earlier on. And it's going to be able to go once again for that clutch tailwind though. Going for that. So nice by my opponent's part. His Togekiss is definitely a huge threat. Definitely one of the MVPs of this battle. He's going to go into his Hydreigon now. And here what I'm going to decide to do is just go straight for the Protect. And I believe I actually clicked Close Combat again when the Follow Me was extremely obvious. I was trying to take out his Hydreigon. In hindsight, I definitely should have gone for the Rock Slide, as I would have picked up damage on his Hydreigon as well as his Togekiss. Not too sure it would have been enough to take out his Togekiss, but he did actually decide to try and drop the Draco Meteor onto my Charizard, which is fine because I'm actually a bulkier variant of Charizard Y, so I do know I can live a Draco Meteor. So that's exactly what I'm going to assume to happen the following turn, is he once again goes for that Follow Me, which is fine as I did decide this time to click Rock Slide. So he does go for that Draco Meteor, he does land it, and I do leave it like I did say. And it's going to work out fine as I do go straight for that Rock Slide. And it is actually going to kill after the previous close combat damage, which is nice. And down goes his Togekiss, which is great for me as this was a huge threat like I did mention previously. And I'm going to be able to go for that Sun Boosted Heat Wave. I'm not actually max special attack Charizard Y, but that does a huge chunk of damage. Single target to his resisted Hydreigon. So he's down to his Scizor and his Hydreigon now. His last two. I'm just going to decide to go for the Protect, the double Protect here rather. Just to stall out the Tailwind turns. And basically just to find out what he's going for, just to scout, is he decides to actually go for Bullet Punch onto my Charizard rather, and Draco Meteor onto my Tracheon. So the Tailwind does peter out and he does go straight for that Bullet Punch. Unfortunately, it's enough to pick off my Zard despite me being bulky, and I do go for the Rock Slide. And again, I do actually miss his Hydreigon. Not going to matter at all in the long run, because had I missed his Hydreigon the following turn, his Scizor would be able to pick me off with a Bullet Punch, and he's going to be able to go for the Draco Meteor. At -2, he's still going to be able to take me out, unfortunately, and that is going to be the game. He does win both games here, 2-0 in my opponent's favour, so still a very great game. I believe turn 2, I actually made a huge misplay not going for T-Wave. I knew I made the misplay as soon as I clicked Side Shot, and that definitely helped me out a lot. So still definitely a great experience. He's best of 3. It's my first ever best of 3. And I might actually bring more in the future if I can find a couple more good VGC battlers around there, VGC players who I can battle. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I definitely did. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment down below, and of course subscribe for more. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.